We got another guy though signed. We got a second signing here. We're just adding players left and right, which is, to be very frank, I know it's positive a minute ago. That's not very good because that means they're not happy with the roster still. Let's be honest.
Sure.
But the Giants signed earlier today ex-Eagle cornerback Mario Goodrich. Now, this is not the kind of signing that it was to get Greg Van Roten. This is a depth piece kind of thing. See what you got kind of move. Potentially just a camp body even. But I'll say this, between this last week now we've signed 2 corners, guys. We signed Border and now we signed Goodrich. Writing's on the wall, guys. What does that tell you the Giants are not very happy with?
A corner spot.
Corner spots, exactly. And I think the big spot they're having issues with, to be very frank, is slot, which is where Mario's got some experience at there. Drew Phillips was the guy that a lot of people suggested was going to be the starting slot corner, including the Giants themselves, even if you listen to what they said in Hard Knocks this week, which we'll get to later on. But by all accounts, and granted, it's still early on, things can change. By all accounts, though, Nick McLeod's been working the slot. And that's definitely not the plan coming to fruition at that point there. Nick McLeod, I thought, would be a guy who might take the outside spot from Cordell Flott. But I didn't even think of him as a slot receiver. It's just not what he's usually played at that point there. So, he's kind of there by default. So, we'll see what happens then. But, I mean, he's, again, former Eagle, signed as an undrafted rookie free agent there. Had played the last 2 seasons with the Eagles, coming out of Clemson there. And he's had only 4 games overall, 1 start, so hasn't played too much. In fact, all of his playing time came in the past season. And if there's one thing you need to remember about the Eagles secondary last year, if you go walk your dog, you'll get a good reminder of what they look like. Make sure to clean it up afterwards. Like that was a really bad secondary last year, guys. And there's a reason why, like, all their top picks in the draft this year were secondary. It was horrendous. So it's going to be interesting to see if he does provide anything or if he is just a camp body for a few weeks, whatever the case is. Like I said, I don't think this is a major signing. I think this is something you kind of keep an eye, see what happens. If you get something out of him, great. If you get nothing out of him, I didn't hear anything money-wise, but I'm sure this is a nothing guaranteed, nothing major kind of deal. Why would you give that in this case?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no risk, just possible reward. Can't hurt it, can't hate it.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please